Hello, my name is Danielle Spada, and this bibliography video summary will cover task list section E. I had demonstrated lower knowledge in task list section E. My VISI exam pre-test section E average score was 71%. The 5th edition task list section E covers ethics. The 3 articles that I've used to improve my knowledge of the items in section E include Cultivating the Ethical Repertoire as a Behavior Analyst, Prevention of Common Violations by Britton, Cry, and Hames in 2021, Ethical Issues in Conducting Research Involving Persons with Disabilities by Bryan in 2016, and Cultural Humility in the Practice of Applied Behavior Analysis by Wright in 2019. Here I have provided the 5th edition task list section E for reference. Cultivating the Ethical Repertoire as a Behavior Analyst, Prevention of Common Violations by Britton, Cry, and Hames in 2021 focused on identifying common ethical violations in behavior analysis and provided strategies to prevent these issues. The authors emphasized the importance of proactive approaches to ethical practice, aligning with the Behavior Analyst Certification Board Professional and Ethical Compliance Code from 2020. The authors listed common ethical violation examples, including dual relationships, conflicts of interest, and providing inadequate supervision. They said that violations often arise from a lack of training, oversight, or awareness of the ethical guidelines. The preventative strategies included ongoing education consisting of continuous learning about ethical standards through workshops, CEUs, and literature, supervision and mentorship, requiring regular supervision to discuss real-life ethical dilemmas and improve judgment. Organizational systems demanding clear policies, reporting structures, and resources for addressing clinical ethical concerns. And scenario-based training that uses case studies to practice identifying and resolving ethical challenges. Ethical Issues in Conducting Research Involving Persons with Disabilities, A View from the Past and Some New Challenges by Bryan 2016, examine historical, current, and emerging ethical considerations and challenges faced when conducting research involving individuals with disabilities. The historical review highlighted how early research often exploited individuals with disabilities, ignoring their rights and dignity due to a lack of informed consent and ethical oversight. Current research has shifted the power dynamics, as the researchers described. Traditional research paradigms had placed researchers in a position of power over participants. The shift towards participatory and inclusive research approaches aim to empower individuals with disabilities. This is what brings us to our current ethical requirement, gaining informed consent. Informed consent must be received before research on human subjects can begin. This means ensuring participants fully understand the research, and that the researchers must address communication barriers and cognitive limitations to ensure true consent. There should also be accessibility in research. This means that the research materials, processes, and settings are accessible. This includes alternative formats and adapted technologies. Accessibility ensures equitable participation in research for individuals with diverse needs. In addition, current research promotes respect for autonomy. Researchers must also actively involve individuals with disabilities in decision-making throughout the research process. Autonomy extends to the design, implementation, and dissemination of research findings. Current research also seeks inclusivity in research design. Studies should involve diverse populations of individuals with disabilities to avoid generalizations. Also, including voices of individuals with disabilities enriches the research and ensures relevance. Emerging ethical challenges discussed by the researcher included technological advancements such as AI and assistive technologies, which raises new ethical concerns. Also, privacy and data security. The researchers suggest that balancing innovation with respect for autonomy and privacy is becoming increasingly complex. Cultural Humility and the Practice of Applied Behavior Analysis by Wright in 2019 defined cultural humility as a lifelong commitment to self-evaluation and self-critique aimed at understanding and addressing cultural differences between practitioners and clients. It is important to recognize and mitigate biases, engage in collaborative partnerships, and to ensure culturally responsive practices are used to improve outcomes for diverse populations. Recognizing biases is achieved when one has developed awareness of one's biases, which is critical to avoid imposing values or assumptions on clients. Failure to address biases can result in culturally inappropriate or ineffective interventions. Cultural humility, in the form of taking a collaborative approach, requires building respectful and collaborative partnerships with clients and their families. Practitioners seek to understand clients' cultural values, beliefs, and practices through open communication. Culturally responsive practices consist of ABA interventions adapted to align with cultural context of the individuals being served. This includes considering cultural norms, language preferences, and family dynamics. Cultural humility aligns with the ethical responsibilities in ABA, including respect for the dignity and rights of clients. Practitioners can serve as advocates for system-level change to promote inclusivity and equity. As it was mentioned in the definition, cultural humility is a lifelong commitment. It is not a one-time effort, but an ongoing practice. It involves continuous education, self-assessment, and seeking feedback to improve cultural responsiveness. In conclusion, the 5th edition task list Section E focuses on ethics. Brin, Krein, and Hames 2021 identified common ethical violations along with the proactive approaches to ethical practice aligning with the Behavior Analyst Certification Board Code of Ethics from 2020. Ryan 2016 examined historical, current, and future ethical considerations and challenges faced when conducting research involving individuals with disabilities. Wright in 2019 defined cultural humility, its importance in practice, and how it aligns with the BACB Code of Ethics, and declared it a lifelong process. My future research should focus on Task List Section E, items 4 and 6. Thanks for learning with me.